This lawn sucks. G'day and welcome to a new video. We are 7 weeks post-renovation on this front lawn. Yes, 7 weeks. And it is still struggling, it is still a bit bare, it is still filling in. So let's have a chat about why. And to do that, we need to go back to the start. So we have lived here for just over a year. And when we moved in, out the back was a thick and overgrown lawn, which if that's your starting point, is a blessing, because when it's thick and overgrown, you chop it down, top dress it, start giving it proper nutrition, Bob's your uncle, look after it, you've got a nice lawn. What I had out the front here was thin, bare, heaps of weeds, struggling grass that was really not wanting to grow. And I would say that I was a bit too optimistic, naive, whichever word you would prefer to use, about the results I was going to get from doing a full renovation and starting on a really good fertilizer and care program. So it was not long after we moved in that I got the weeds sprayed, and I was getting home after work across a couple of weeks on the odd day here and there to scalp it, to scarify, to top dress and get the recovery process going. And the way it rebounded out of that was not amazing. I had a pretty bare lawn. It slowly got better throughout last season, and it definitely improved as time went on throughout last spring and summer. But then I got to a point where I decided on a rye overseed. So in March I did that rye overseed, and I had a really nice front lawn throughout winter. It was fantastic. I got heaps of rye come through, and I was actually a lot more optimistic about the health of the kikuyu underneath there than what the actual reality was, because before I did this spring renovation, I sprayed out the rye and I killed it. Did my renovation. Yes, I top dressed heavily, but I did my renovation and I was expecting, I think, better results of the kikuyu coming through than what I've actually got. Bloody contractors just turned up over the road, bloody killing my confidence, cramping my style when I'm trying to record this video. So it was about 2 or 3 weeks into the recovery process when I was looking at it thinking, all right, this is taking a lot longer than I was expecting. Even with not the best October weather, I was expecting a lot better. And please don't get me wrong, if you've seen a lot of my content on Instagram and stuff as well, it's been 7 weeks here. If I did this exact renovation, the same thickness of top dress on my back lawn, where it's thick, healthy, nice grass, this lawn, sorry, the back lawn, would have been recovered weeks ago. Make no mistake about it, not to consider the thickness of the top dress, the weather. 7 weeks on this to be at this point. If it was the back lawn, it'd be thick and lush by now, I promise ya. So at that 3-ish week mark, I did what I should have done when I first moved into the house, but we were flat out. I was, renovating the kitchen, working full time, all these things, and it's always beautiful to think of these things in hindsight, but at least now I can make these videos and give these recommendations. On a thin, struggling lawn, I got a soil analysis done through Emma at Lawn Care Australia. Great service that she's got set up through her website now. Paid full price for it, so not sponsored or anything along those lines. But I got a full soil analysis done. I got the results, and today is really going to be my first time making adjustments to my program. The program that I was following, I would have gotten to the end result and gotten the right nutrition into my lawn anyway. But what I'm doing now is I'm going to be supercharging it. But even without supercharging my program, like I'm going to be doing, one of the biggest keys is regular mowing to promote that lateral growth. So at the moment, I am using my Ryobi battery mower with the mulch plug-in. Now, something I'm definitely mindful of doing is coming out and mowing in different directions every single time I mow out here. And I am trying to cut every 2 or 3 days at least. Sometimes it's a bit of a battle because it's not that enjoyable to actually mow this grass, if I'm completely honest, but it's all part of the process. And I want to include this towards the start of the video because regular mowing, when you're trying to improve your lawn, is absolutely one of the absolute keys. There's a saying in healthcare that goes, if you take creatine but only sleep 4 hours a night, you're an idiot. Well, if you want the best fertilizer program, but you only mow your lawn every fortnight, you're an idiot. Now, the soil test results. So I've been consulting Ben from Lawn Tips about this, and the main things in this soil test, you'll see there are a few results where things are quite low. The main ones that I'm worried about is potassium and the magnesium. The magnesium is a little bit low. So with the magnesium, just by using the products that I'm going to be using, that's going to come up in time anyway. So I don't really need to do too much to supercharge that. But the potassium is what I've gone and got a specialized product for. So it only comes in this 20-litre drum, but that's completely fine because it's a good product to have in the shed. And potassium is a very important nutrient for things like our root development and structure, and warding off fungal disease and things like that. Just having a nice strong plant, especially throughout winter when it's, you know, you're getting frost and things like that, which makes sense why the kikuyu that was under my really nice rye was struggling, giving me a bit of a false sense of security. So this is 21%, I believe, potassium. So that's going to really help to bring up that nutrient that is quite low. And I mean, I think something that's important to make note of and to mention is that if I just use the Lawn Tips spring mix every 6 weeks, like is in my program, this lawn would have got where it needed to go eventually in the end anyway. So what I am going to be doing is applying the spring mix now every 4 weeks, and I'm going to be applying the MP Safe K with the spring mix, and I'm also going to be applying it by itself in between as well. So I'm going to use that every 2 weeks for probably about 10 to 12 weeks, something like that, 3 months, probably through until about February or so. And that's when I'll be looking to get another soil test. I'm also going to be using the Proliferate granular fertilizer from Ben. I'm going to use that every 8 weeks instead of every 12. So I'm going to go a little heavier on the granular fertilizer. So I'll essentially be doing one extra one from this point on through until that February, March sort of time frame to, yeah, really be getting the results. By all means, if I've got a thick and beautiful and lush lawn and it is really filled in and responded to that, then I'll be happier to do my soil test more like January. So I am sort of not setting it in stone, playing it by ear, but yeah, I'll be really boosting up my input into this lawn, because yeah, I could have just stayed on my program. I would have gotten there maybe this season, probably next year, but you know, where's the fun in that? Now the rate for this product is between 200 and 400 mils per 100 square meters. I've got 180 square meters, so the maximum I'd be looking to do is kind of 700 mil, 760 mil. So I'm going to apply right around 500. If I spill a bit extra and go more towards 600 on the first application, I'm probably pretty happy to do that. Future applications is when I'll start to drop it down to a bit of a lower rate. All right, got that all sprayed out nice and evenly, each of the 5 sections covered in 2 directions to make sure I'm getting into all of those little tight spaces and corners and whatnot, and getting as much of an even coverage as possible. So yeah, I'll be applying that every 2 weeks. So I'm going to be out here with the backpack sprayer throughout summer as well, doing my soil wetter every 4 to 6 weeks, probably more like 6 weeks. We'll just see how the season goes and how it is looking out here. So lots of spraying to be done, which is probably more than I would like to be out here doing, but that's okay. Really looking forward to getting this lawn going. And I mean, look, to be honest, it is struggling. It's not where I want it to be, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad. The kikuyu here, there is actually some really nice color, and there are a lot of really encouraging runners that are shooting across the surface that I'm just looking at here, which is going to make this lawn repair and cover and spread and fill in and look really nice. I'm probably going to get the cylinder mower on here maybe next week, maybe the week after that. I'm pretty content with just whipping out that battery mower at the moment, to be honest. But yeah, look, it's going to be a nice journey out here, and how satisfying will it be to follow along and see in the months to come when this is all repaired and looking lovely. So thanks very much for watching this video. Make sure you follow me on Instagram as well if for some reason you don't. Like, subscribe and all that stuff, and appreciate the support. See you in the next one.